My name is Ian Allen, and this is my soda and Mentos experiment. So, my initial hypothesis before I do this is that if I add three mint Mentos to each of the following beverages, the 2 liter of the Diet Pepsi, the Sam's Cola, and like the Twist, that's just non-diet Sprite knockoff that I got from Walmart. So, I hypothesize that there will be variations in the amount of fizz produced. Specifically, I think that the on-brand Diet Pepsi is going to exhibit the most fizziness. It's going to fizz the longest, I think. And I think the volume is going to be the lowest because, because it's on brand, I think it's going to be more carbonated, meaning it's just going to fizz up more. And this is based off of the fact that the other ones are also just not diet, and diet soda does produce the most carbonation. So then I think that the off-brand cola is going to have the second least volume, and the most volume I think is going to be the Sprite, one because it's Sprite and two because it's not diet. And yeah, so also, I have independent variables, which is the Diet Pepsi, the cola, and then the Sprite. And the dependent variables is the amount of fizz produced by each of the beverages and the three Mentos under light rain conditions. It is kind of raining all day, but there was a consistent amount of rain during each one, and I don't think that affected any part of the experiment in any way. However, I do think it is important to note that. The control variables were the number of Mentos. I stayed consistent with 3. The light rain conditions are the control variable, and that was consistent against all of them. And the temperature remained the same, given the fact that I did it all consecutively. Also, the volume of the beverages is consistent because they're all 2 liters. The expected outcome is that the on-brand Pepsi will generate the most fizz, then the off-brand cola, and then the Sprite. So we're going to see if that remains true in the conclusion. Okay. Hello, I am just inserting this statement saying that the initial hypothesis is in the past tense because I wrote the hypothesis and then did the experiment and then read the hypothesis. I promise I did the hypothesis first. Hello, for my experiment, I'm going to be doing a regular cola, a Diet Pepsi, and a Twist Up Sprite that's regular with 3 Mentos in each one, and we're going to see how tall they go. I've attempted to do the measurements, but I think we're just going to pour them out to see the results, and that's all going to be on paper. So we're going to do that. My first one, I'm going to be dropping 3 Mentos into the cola container. We're going to start with the regular one. I'm going to open it. And I have like 3 Mentos that we're going to drop inside. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wait, can we see it? Okay. My hypothesis was not correct on this one. I did think it was going to go a bit higher. So I think we're done with the cola and we're going to move on to the Diet Pepsi. I will be measuring how much is left in the cola to see if that matched up with my hypothesis, and I'll be typing that out. So now we have a Diet Pepsi, and my hypothesis states that this one is going to go the highest, not only because it's diet, but also because it's on brand, and I think that that's going to provide more carbonation. I couldn't find a off-brand one that was the same brand as that one, so, okay. We have our 3 Mentos, and we're going to drop them in now. this one did fizz up higher, I think. None of them are reaching that tall though, and I'm not 100% sure why. But finally, we're gonna try the twist up. And we're actually gonna wait until that one stops fizzing up. Sorry if that's not 100% clear. So now, okay, now that it's done, we're gonna try the twist up, and we're gonna be measuring that one as well to see the volume difference. Okay, so this is the twist up. My hypothesis states that this one is gonna fizz up the least compared to the colas, and now we're gonna drop our 3 Mentos in and see how that fares. Okay, 3 Mentos. This one obviously fizzed up for the least amount of time, which was expected. And so, yeah, so that's it for the video portion, I think. So now we are on to the conclusion. We have finished the experiment, and this is going to be my conclusion. It's a refutation, not sure if I said that right, but of my hypothesis, because I was not correct in all of the senses. I hypothesized that the Diet Coke was going to, one, be first in height, have the least volume, and fizz for the most amount of time. I thought the second one was going to be the cola, and then the third one was going to be the Sprite. However, the results were varied. The Diet Pepsi did have the least volume with 6 cups remaining. It did fizz for the longest, which was 36 seconds, but I do believe that the twist up rose in height the most. Okay, so then we have the twist up, which had 6 and 7/8 cups remaining. It fizzed for 13 seconds, which was the least amount of time, but it was first in height. I could not get an accurate measurement because I couldn't do like the height thing, but I did measure the fizziness, which was 13 seconds. And then finally the cola, which was the least in height, had 7.5 cups remaining, fizzed for 20 seconds. And yeah, so I thought that the Diet Pepsi was going to be the first in height. None of them fizzed as much, or not fizzed. None of them rose in height as high as I thought they would, which was a little bit surprising. But overall, I think that my hypothesis was mostly correct. This is the data that I stated, and yeah, overall, it was a great experiment.